Yeah, so I'm co-founder and vice president of architecture at Observian. It has been an awesome year. Thank you for everyone on the call, everyone that's joining today. Thank you for a tremendous year. I know our partnership is officially probably 16, 15 months now that we've been partnered, and we've had tremendous success with Lacework, and we're really looking forward to 2021 and seeing improved adoption across not just the cloud, but also cloud security utilizing Lacework. Observian is a cloud services and software delivery partner, offering both professional and managed services and software resale and integration. A brief overview of Observian and our approach to the market. As a co-founder, I always like to level set with customers on our first call, whether it's an introduction or discovery or scoping call, whatever it might be. We're a boutique consulting firm. That is what we are, with a very unique way of approaching cloud services. So we break down our offerings based on use case and teams. Observian has two main service groups, architecture and engineering. Knowing both are vital to proper cloud adoption and proper cloud optimization. Each group has different specialties and practices inside of that group. So whether that's cloud migration, application re-architecture, application modernization, DevOps and CI/CD transformation, containerization and serverless implementations, big data, which is that's huge this year especially, cloud cost optimization, and last but not least, security and compliance. Our approach is simple. Do cloud better. That's our tagline. That's our motto. It may sound overly simplified or vague, but really it captures and summarizes what we do best. We help companies migrate and optimize infrastructure and applications in the cloud the way Amazon, Google, and Microsoft intended its customers to. Instead of focusing on just getting to the cloud and potentially setting companies up for long-term failure, with managing operations and development efforts inside of it, we focus on the why, the how, the training, the knowledge transfer that's needed, basically all the pieces that kind of get put into the background. And one of those is obviously security. Cloud security is a different beast. It has a lot of net new kind of findings and gotchas that customers aren't used to seeing in their on-prem environments. And the other piece that kind of differentiates us from this would be the fact that we offer a managed service behind it. We've gone to market with our managed detection and response, offering Lacework customers a way to have their Lacework platform with Observian security experts and operational tooling behind it, monitoring and reviewing your environment, investigating incidents and analyzing those incidents, and basically ensuring you're not letting things fall behind. You're keeping up to date with your compliance standards, your regulatory standards, whatever it might be. And last but not least, making it easier to manage internally if you have or don't have a security team, or maybe you have a small security team. I get a lot of things that I can say I've really enjoyed from the beginning of our conversations. Looking towards 2021 and looking back on 2020, first and foremost, I'm extremely excited to see Lacework adding even more value to its core offerings, bringing frequent enhancements, improvements to the platform. Is something I know I don't take lightly, especially having been in this field for quite a while now. Having a background in software engineering and security as well, I know this is not an easy thing to do. It's not easy to constantly be updating a platform that's basically providing security for customers, right? They rely on that. That's their lifeblood. If there was a change that was made that broke part of your application, it would be a huge deal. It wouldn't. It's not like we're updating an application that's social media, right? There's some serious implications, and I've seen a lot of companies out there where platforms go stale. We have not we've not seen that with Lacework, and I love that about the product. Not only the updates, but I think it's constantly innovating and potentially not just following the trends of how companies used to use the cloud, the original use cases for public cloud, right? What we've seen is a tremendous change in those, from those use cases back in 2010, 2012, 2014, where companies were simply just trying to get to the cloud. Instead, now they're adding increased complexity to the cloud. They're bringing in new ways of approaching application architecture. They're bringing in new ways of utilizing their environments, utilizing and storing different pieces of potentially customer data, their data, confidential data. Seeing the constant change and seeing that Lacework is responding to those and really providing and adding a platform that isn't just set on EC2, but saying, hey, we understand companies are scaling now. Companies are scaling rapidly throughout the day. Finding a product that can handle that type of scale and handle that type of complexity is not easy, and we love that with Lacework. I know I'm really excited, especially for probably what everyone here is gonna laugh about me saying, but Windows support, right? It's one of those that I know is on the roadmap. Very excited to hear it. I know we're excited to offer it. We're excited to add it to our managed service. So really looking forward to that in 2021. And I think expanding and aligning sales efforts more closely with Lacework's team. Providing more on, I would say, support across not just technical efforts and our architects, but also with our sales team, and trying to essentially add an additional resource for Lacework to utilize, whether that's for managed services, whether it's for containerization effort that a customer is trying to maybe move before they buy Lacework or before they really need cloud security. Just having that extra option to reach out to, I think, is really important. And I think we're gonna have a really good year this year. Well, I see, Andy Jassy, I think said it best during the 2020 reInvent, their keynote this year. 2020 threw us a lot of curveballs. You couldn't have said that best on your end. Now, if we were to look at Andy Jassy's, response to that, if you look, he said, when you look back on the history of the cloud, it will turn out that the pandemic accelerated adoption by several years. The pandemic has caused many companies to take a step back and reconsider their long-term technology plans. As a result, he said, Amazon has seen many companies go from merely dipping their toes in the water and talking about moving to the cloud to actually putting a real plan in place. I could not echo that louder or more than what we saw last year. I think that right there sums up not just cloud, but also cloud security. A lot of our customers tend to see cloud security as, well, it depends on when they come to us in the life cycle of their migration, right? But it's typically a question of, can I integrate my existing tool set, right? Will my existing tool set work? Will it really keep me secure? Or is there something I can do, or something I can purchase, or something that will help me continue to grow and adopt in the cloud better? I think that right there is something we're going to continue to see this year, where companies are moving outside of the POCs, the pilots, the MVPs, the, hey, I think this is a great use case, but actually going to production. I can say, firsthand, our services team is at work with a lot of different companies right now, getting their products and applications ready to go for production in the cloud. And it's something that's been on their radar for not just 6 months, but potentially 2-3 years, right? And that's huge. I think we're going to see a lot of larger use cases this year in 2021, where it's not just small niche workloads, but actually true line of business applications. Another thing I think we're going to see a lot more of is Kubernetes and really just container compromises. I think that is a huge market for not just Lacework to capture from a securing its customer standpoint, but from a security / researcher / hacker targeting. I think we're going to see a lot of things we haven't seen yet because of the increased adoption. Very rarely are we having a conversation anymore with a customer that isn't telling us they're going or planning to go full containers. That is something that's concerning, but also something that I'm more comfortable with because of partnership with Lacework. For 2021, another thing I think that's really important is the adoption of cloud security teams that are being outsourced or cloud security that is being offered in a managed state. I think a lot of our customers, big and small, are looking for ways to make their smaller teams more effective. I think they're trying to gain better insight to their environment, and whether that's on the application or the infrastructure side. And they're really just trying to make sure that in the event something happens, they have someone watching their back, not just watching their back from a, hey, I know I have an employee that can do this, but really someone that's trained and someone that can take a deeper look and spend that extra time to research and analyze and investigate. So I see that market shifting quite a bit, and I've seen an increase in requests from customers. I've seen an increase in requests from our partners as well that are talking to customers. So those are some of the things I'm keeping an eye out on.